No, I'm not done talking about Messi and Ronaldo, okay? Believe me. But since neither of them have been playing much football recently, let's take a break from that and address something a lot less important, but a lot more ridiculous. So let me get this straight. There are actually people out there who, with a straight face, make comparisons between Kylian Mbappe and Marcus Rashford. Seriously, get help. But before I even address the actual Mbappe comparisons, let's talk about what is actually happening with Rashford. So as everyone will know, Marcus finally seems to have returned to form again. His goal scoring is back up to approximately 1 in 2, and he seems to be playing with a lot more freedom under Erik TEN Hag. In short, Rashford is back to his best. His best. That's it. Cause trust me, I cannot begin to emphasize the difference between his best and the world's best. I mean, aside from adding headers to his game, something which I've been suggesting for a long time he should do, you're welcome, Marcus. Rashford simply is just doing what he's always done, including last season. Difference now though is that everything he does is more fluid and off the cuff and not stop-start and predictable, as he's playing with a lot more freedom since getting his confidence back. But again, that's it. And believe me, I am not trying to downplay the downright drastic, decisive and damningly deleterious and discouraging difference the deprivation of confidence makes to a footballer's form. But does gaining that confidence back really mean you've improved overall as a player? No, because let's take a closer look at his game otherwise. So Rashford either starts from the left or plays through the middle for Manchester United, much like Ronan Curtis for Portsmouth. And no matter what position he does start from, his game on the ball is pretty much the same. He either tries to run in behind and get one-on-one with the keeper, something he actually is world class at by the way, or attempts to run at a defender and eventually create enough space to get a shot away. And oh boy, I know for a fact that there are some of you watching this thinking right about now, you just basically described Mbappe's game. And to be honest, even though Mbappe actually has a lot more to his game than the complete Melvins who think like that give him credit for, I'm going to ignore all of that and simply focus on one attribute to put these stupid comparisons to bed. Yes, you heard, just one: decision making. Because you see, despite the element of spontaneity also being one of the most fundamental parts of his game, Kylian Mbappe knows when it's in his and his team's best interests for him to try and run at defenders and create space. Whereas in the case of Rashford, no matter where he is, where his teammates are, where his opponents are, where Wally is, or even where the game is going, he literally does the same thing every time. Now of course, to a certain extent, decision making and not having much to your game are in fact interlinked. Perhaps Rashford doesn't do much else because he can't. For example, when players like Mbappe or Neymar are double teamed and or backed into a corner, they're able to think of creative ways to get out and continue an attacking move for their team. In contrast, whenever my main man Marcus finds himself in a similar predicament, it usually goes something like this: stop, think for a second, dribble out of predicament and take a shot, or stop, think for a second, dribble out of, oops, the ball's gone. And while it is arguable on what his one-dimensional approach to the game is exactly down to, i.e., is it that he simply can't do what the world-class forwards do, or is his decision-making just poor, considering that he repeats those mistakes even in situations when he's not even being tightly marked, I really do feel it's a lot more of the latter. Having said that though, Erik TEN Hag deserves a lot of credit for this, because despite it almost only being a matter of instilling the confidence back into him, the influence this man has had on Marcus cannot be overlooked. Like man, I'll tell you now, after the disaster of last season, I for one was, well, confident that it'd take Rashi at least another mediocre at best campaign to get back to his best. But him balling like this again just a mere 4 months after performances like that calamity against Brighton is a testament to Ten Hag's ability as a coach. But as far as improving his overall game as a player, sorry, but this will take time. And as far as reaching the levels of a Kylian Mbappe, sorry, but this will take a miracle. Because the way Rashford's game is right now, he's only a pinch of self-doubt away from a repeat of last season. And while there is plenty of time for him to indeed add more elements to his game, become a complete forward, and even change his game further down the line once his pace wears off, will he ever reach this level? As much as I really do like the guy, who doesn't? I'd be amazed if he does. Not that there's any shame in that, of course, because 1, Rashi's personal ceiling is still remarkably high, and 2, let's face it, when it comes to reaching these dizzying heights, to put it straight, there are very few who ever do. And that is that. Agree or disagree, beats indifference. Once again, don't forget to like, comment and share. And of course, subscribe. Till next time, you keep rolling.